Well, in this inspiration, we want to say how to choose a starting hand. Yeah, you take your 10 cards. They're like going to be usually 3 estate, 7 coppers, but there's like heirlooms, shelters. That could also be. You take them, you shuffle them, and then you draw the top 5. And this should be random. That's how you choose them. Is you choose them randomly, because if you don't do that, say for example you do have heirlooms or shelters in the game, and their sleeves are a little bit slicker, and you try to get creative with that, that's cheating. You shouldn't be cheating. And yeah, let's say it's random. But aside from that, let's get into the heart of the video. I hope this title was good enough that we didn't need a hook, because we couldn't create them. Anyways, going into our outline. I don't know about initial 7 cards. We know, inaccurate. But opening 2 turns, yeah, you need to consider stuff on both of them. These can really make or break a game for you. If you do the wrong opening, like you don't get an opening trasher, whatever, you're going to be potentially quite behind. It's going to be very difficult to recover. It's asking me to do this stuff, but I actually have a whole video series from a couple of years ago on reading boards, so maybe go look at that if you want to expand on that. We'll go into the other stuff. Why the 5-2 split is still king. I wonder if this is queuing off the awkward 5-2s video. That might be what this is trying to take off. We have a deep dive into the 5-2 versus 4-3 and its common advantage. I don't know that it'll go that deep, but 5-2 is usually good because things that cost 5 usually tend to be better. Things that cost more are better. It's great to have, you can open your recruiter, you can open your buried treasure and actually get a 5-5. You can open your witch, start cursing really quickly. If you could choose, 5-2 is usually going to be the thing you want, just because there's all of these powerful things you can do with this split. Turn 3 gold. Yeah, don't buy gold turn 3. The power of a turn 3 gold is usually negative. You usually if you do a 5-2 and you get another 5 on turn 3, usually you want to buy another 5, because as I say, 5 costs are good. Gold tends to not really be there. Maybe if you are opening encampment on the 2, you'd be pretty happy about a turn 3 gold, but that's more so that you can keep the encampment than the real power of the gold. Having extra money early is not really great. 4-3 advantage. Yeah, we had a whole video about awkward 5-2s. 4-3s can be advantageous just because there's multiple things that cost 3 or more that you want to buy, and clearly 5-2 can't do that. 4-3s can really jumpstart your deck in those cases. I guess you can call it that, because oftentimes when a 4-3 is better, you're going to be opening double trasher or trasher plus gainer. And that gets you going just a whole lot faster than only getting one of those, which is often what you end up having to do out of 5-2. Specific card combinations that make a 4-3 devastating. Chapel plus 3 cost. I don't think that there's anything specific with 4-3s. I think most of I don't even know that there's a real power opening that looks like this. I don't think Chapel plus 3 cost is really good. Chapel plus 5 cost is surely even better, right? Maybe on the 4-3 you can deliver the Chapel. That'd be a pretty good thing to do, or maybe Traveling Fair top deck it. That way you get the trashing going a little bit quicker, although at that point I don't know that it's really a 4-3, it's a 4, and I trashed a bunch of cards. In any case, adapt your opening based on key attacks, trashers, villagers. Maybe you need to put a little bit more econ in the deck if the key attack trasher is up at a high price point. Counter projected opponent strategy from turn 1. This is usually actually something that's pretty easy to do, because in general, you can assume that your opponent's going to be trying to build about the same deck you are, assuming that you got it right, just because people are trying to win games. They're not going to do something different just because you're doing the best thing. They're going to try to follow that. And so oftentimes you can kind of think of it as what if my opponent were to do would hurt my deck that I'm building the most, and if there's a discard attack that would be really devastating, yeah, you should probably be buying that, because if as bad as it would be for you, it'll be just as bad for them. And so go ahead and do that. First player advantage doesn't really influence early buys. I have a video about that too. Usually you just want to kind of stay the course, make sure that you're trying to build the best deck possible. I guess there's rare cases now with the shadow cards, specifically Ninja, where you might place a little bit more emphasis on you know, my next shuffle is gonna suck anyways. Like, I'm gonna open a Trasher plus Ninja, whereas like, I might otherwise be trying to hit 5 here, but chances are I'm not going to be able to do that, so I might as well not actually try to hit 5 to begin with. Just, you know, make sure that I'm doing something else because the 5 is not going to happen. Set your mid-game goal based on your opening and available cards. I don't know about your opening, but certainly available cards, you want to have a goal. Don't overcommit to a strategy too early. Wrong. Commit to your strategy fully. If you don't, it's not going to go as well just because you're not optimizing for what you actually want to be doing. And then prioritizing thinning versus draw versus gaining based on your first buys. Well, your first buys should usually be focused on thinning plus gaining, and then you go into drawing. So if you did your first buys properly, usually the next priority is drawing. So, I mean, in summary, you know, openings are pretty important. You don't get to choose them, but you do get to choose what to do with them, and that's something that you should be doing well.